Good morning. It's Wednesday, February 7th, almost 3, 2:58, and I'm watching oil. And this is what happened so far. At the right before 2:20, I started watching oil, so I saw relative equal highs here that had already been taken out, relative equal lows that had been taken out next. So at 2:20, I saw these relative equal highs. Price went up, and that's what I put in this writing, 220. Price went up. This is the 220 line. Okay, and as we can see, liquidity sweep of these equal relative highs came back down, closed within the range. Excuse me. And then it came down and created an order block here in this bearish candle. When it closed below, it also created a breaker. As we can see here, breaker, and I put from this green order block a bearish fair value gap, which it disrespected. So I had a limit order for when price came back up into the breaker. I have a pretty tight stop right at the top of the breaker, because if it does not work out, then price would have disrespected the fair value gap first here, these green candles, order blocks, and then the actual break itself. So right now, that's what I have for oil. And here I have for the micro minis at 220. Price didn't do anything really, but relative equal highs. Right here, I'm watching for price to go towards, because it already took out these relative equal lows, came back close within the range. Now, it didn't create an order block, but I'm looking at this candle's wick as a rejection block. I'm watching 50% of that wick. And as we can see here at 3 o'clock, price came down, took out the relative equal lows, and it looks like it's going to close within the range. So that's where I am right now. My oil didn't work out. So let's see what we have left. At 3 o'clock, let's see what price does. This is working out nicely. I identified the fair value gap, but I would like for it to disrespect that fair value gap. So let's see what price does at 3. So right now, price has taken out this low, order block, change in state of direction, disrespect, disrespect, low, high, lower low, higher high. So what I would like to see price do is trade down into this fair value gap, this bullish fair value gap, and respect it before it comes to this high. And if it's respects it and turns around, I'll take a buy. This looks good. So I'll just jump in. Put the buy. I'll put the stop loss below the rejection. 130 will be 131 times 2. So let me fib it up and see. Yeah, well within the -2 projection. Okay, wonderful. I don't want it to close below or within this fair value gap. I would prefer that it disrespects it and close above. $30. $15. This looks good. Beautiful. Oil. Disrespect. It's gonna go up, but it didn't come down. That's what I would have liked to see. Okay, so if it comes, let's see what it does at 320. I'd like to see price respect this upper block right here. We'll move this red candle upper block. I'd like to see price respect that, especially the opening right there, which is the bottom of the fair value gap. So it looks like oil is going to make this breaker low, high, lower, low, higher, high breaker. So it looks like this is looking good. Okay, breaker. moving. Swing high, swing high, swing high. Volume and balance. Beautiful. Beautiful. Maybe this is the breaker. Breaker. So at 320, if price comes down into this fair value gap and respects it, it'll continue to go up. And I'd like to see price respect this fair value gap. And so I have the stop loss right below the breaker, this green candle below. It's a good sign if it closes like that. I don't like these equal highs. Mm. Mm. Going back in. Stop loss below this low. TP above this high. If it closes above this fair value gap, I'm gonna go in for another 3 contracts. Oh, I don't like this at all. I don't like this at all. No good. It's not looking good today. Now I put the stop loss below this low because given a chance, I don't like it, but equalize. So that's the reason to go back up. So the reason I moved it from this low to this low is because price would have to disrespect this fair value gap, which it has, this order block, which it has, and this low. But it could just, these are equal lows basically. It could just ping that and then go back up, sweep it. without breaking this London low. So let's see. Giving this room to breathe. So I like to see this candle close bullish, not bearish. Respect this fair value gap. But is this a sweep? Auto block, inverted fair value gap. That's what it looks like. It's already disrespected 2 of 3 PD to raise. respected this volume imbalance. I hate trading like this. Jumping in, jumping out, jumping in, jumping out, jumping in, jumping out. I don't like it. I like to pick a direction. Now this was wrong. I was right here. The price wanted to come down, but stop loss should have been, I would have gotten stopped out. It made sense to just put it where I had it. So I'd have gotten stopped out anyway at 220. But when I saw this going up, I should have waited. Yeah, especially when it disrespected this fair value. Yeah, go in for the sell, put the stop loss above the highs and just leave it. As opposed to jumping in, jumping out, jumping in, jumping out. Ugh, ridiculous. Let's see what price does. This looks good. Order block totally disrespected. Highs, so even. Lows, not so much, but relative. High resistance, liquidity. Let's see how high it goes. One-to-one. Trade into the volume imbalances. So far, respecting CE and consequent encroachment of this fair value gap. Let's see what the hour is doing. 1 hour. Order block. Respecting so far. Nothing. 15-minute. Can I see anything on the 15-minute? respecting this 15-minute bearish fair value gap. Hmm. It's going up on the 15. Hmm.
United States. In fact, one of the leaders of the MAGA GOP is in Moscow tonight. It's the man you see here with the MAGA leader Donald Trump, Tucker Carlson. Possibly they're in Moscow today. Here's the a massive shakeup in Kyiv is coming as Putin is trying to court the MAGA GOP in the United States. In fact, one of the leaders of the MAGA GOP is in Moscow tonight. It's the man you see here with the MAGA leader Donald Trump, Tucker Carlson. Possibly they're in Moscow to interview Putin. Definitely there as a Putin supporting celebrity. Just listen to how Russian state media is breathlessly celebrating his visit.
Independent journalist Tucker Carlson has flown to Russia from the U.S. via Turkey to the airport. He saw Spartacus Ballet from Bolshoi Theater, had lunch in a nice restaurant, went for a ride around town, rode the subway. He charged his smartphone via USB port and connected to a fast and free Wi-Fi internet.
I sometimes joke that Kamala Harris's speeches sound like she's just pointing out things around the room. That's for that reason. Like the people that did a USB cord. Sorry, but in addition to this whole staff mix up at CNN staffers behind the scenes have raised concerns internally about CNN's seeming pro-Israel bias. For The Guardian, CNN staff say network's pro-Israel slant amounts to journalistic malpractice. We covered that a little bit earlier this week. It is interesting to see that all does not seem well in the state of CNN. What do you make of the new lineup for the mornings?
I mean, it seems fine. It seems like they just keep moving the same people to different time slots and then being surprised that it's not working. This is all the regular, normal CNN people. It's not actually some astonishing shakeup. It's just a signal that whatever they're doing is not bringing in the ratings that they want. They've been in a perpetual since the exit of Trump from the national spotlight, since the kind of COVID bump that everybody in the media got went away, and they're struggling to find people who bring in audiences. I don't really have anything against any of the people mentioned in this conversation. I've seen perfectly adequate commentary from all of them, but what they're doing is not working, and then I don't see that they have any plan to fix it because they were minor change. Now you're going to go this time slot. Now you're going to go this time slot. It's annoying actually. I can tell you that from
the other side, and it's going to be something for you. You're going to say, "Oh, I never thought this was going to be me on this end of the spectrum." But another thing to be thinking about for the longest time. Have you ever seen the movie Alexander the Great, the original one with Colin Farrell, the one that came out where it wasn't good. It actually flopped. It was just something to kill time. And I'm a Colin Farrell guy. So I remember Colin Farrell from a movie with Tigerland or something like the old one. I don't know if you've seen it. Could do with Al Pacino. He's phenomenal. So this movie wasn't that good of a movie. He's done better movies. And I was hoping for another Alexander to come out. And it did come out. On Netflix. Right, you can pull up this picture. This is not a joke. The other thing, that just came out on Netflix. You know how long it takes for him to make out with another naked man? Time out. How long do you think it takes? Oh, you're that serious? I don't even know what the long thing before this documentary series. 10 minutes. 8 minutes. He's kissing another naked man in the Alexander, the Making of a God documentary. Nice. You know? Yes, Tommy had a nice butt. So anyway, but the point is like, listen, you want to learn more about what's going on, and they want to put they can't help it. Their obsession is that's but the point is like, listen, you want to learn more about what's going on, and they want to put they can't help it. The obsession with a sword fight between eggplants. Right? It's like I don't know any other proper. Is that the most? You guys are more sword fight. It's the eggplant sword fight. The conjoined, they're obsessed with it. And I don't know whether it's a pow, 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 pow. That's the thing. Like, was he gay in real life? Was who? Alexander? No, but this is 2,000 years ago when his mother died. He held a 3-day funeral, and it was like a month-long mourning. Yeah. Well, anyways, I was hoping to see a documentary on Alexander with my kids, but obviously I have to see what's going on in the first 8 minutes. Folks, if you got kids, this is not a doc for your kids. I just wanted to put that out there. Vince McMahon. A lot of stories that come out with Vince McMahon. A lot of stories that come out with Vince McMahon. Did he do it? Did he not do it? You know, the word that I disagree that they're using with Vince is what? Human trafficking. We've heard this before, yeah. But the key word is human trafficking. Human trafficking is one thing, okay? That's not where you're actually trafficking people, making money. It's a business model, all of that you're doing, that Epstein and some people who have been accused of in politics that have been involved in on that island, that the report is going to be coming out with more names and Whitney Webb and those types of things, which she wrote a couple books on it. This is a bit of an older interview with Vince McMahon. Somebody said, I think it's worth watching. Go ahead and play this round. There is sexual harassment amongst the wrestlers or employees. The World Wrestling Federation today, there is a possibility of that. That's why I've asked these independent investigators to come in. And that's why an independent investigator, Fairfax Group Limited. Would you therefore believe that because of all these allegations coming forward and more corroborating evidence proving that there's no doubt sexual harassment is running rampant in the World Wrestling Federation, that you are definitely going to come public and do something about it? Why wouldn't I? Because you haven't done anything about it until it became public, because you thought you got no knowledge of it. I made knowledge of it to you when I was fired, and you just blew it off and let me go. I was having a lawyer. You were not very good. You were not a very good announcer. You could not. I didn't sleep with your vice president. 2 weeks later, I'm fired. Why didn't you say right then? Why didn't you say, hey, look, Vince, your vice president made a pass at me. You never told me that. No one had any knowledge. Human resources had no knowledge of that. Renee DuBose was waiting to hear your story. Why did you wait 6 months?